You are watching the Gaming Collaboration Network, home of the Jello Cup Series.
Oh man, through turns 3 and 4, we're going to have ourselves another photo finish, and I believe this time the 43 Tim Randolph will win at Daytona.
The Lift National Series. Here we go. They make their way through turns 3 and 4. The pace car will peel off. And for the first time ever, the Lift National Series is green here at Daytona. The Hitachi Truck Series. And here we go. The pace truck is gonna peel off. And for the first time ever in GCN history, we have a truck series, and we are underway under the lights here at Daytona in Tuesday Night Heat. Start for us. Your GCN presentation starts right now. Hello guys and welcome. We have made it. It is the Great American Race Season 6. This is the 6th ever running of the Daytona 500 for the Jello Cup Series. I am Brian James here in the booth, and unlike in previous seasons where I have co-commentators, I'm alone this season for a few reasons. I want to thank those who I did ask to do it. Obviously we wanted to have Austin Shaw here. We asked Dylan Young. Hey, I want to thank him anyway for at least considering. And hopefully we'll get him in here before the end of the season. So thanks to everyone I offered it to, and thanks to the Discord for at least looking at the message. But the other reason is, of course, I am in quarantine right now, in case y'all didn't know. I'm all good though. Trust me, I'm all good. So that was the reason for not having Austin here. So we will have him here though for the road courses. We'll try to have some co-commentators throughout the course of the season. But of course, the attention now is here at Daytona. It is over. Speed Weeks is over. It ends here today. And of course, starting on pole, he starts exactly where he finished off in the points last season. It's Alexander Rowe. He will start from the point, the defending champ. And of course, to his outside is Nate Rattray. Of course, there's a lot of keys to this race. There's 30 laps here. We do have overtime if we need it. And of course, it's double points at this point. So a lot is at stake. As you've noticed from the last few seasons, it's tough to make the playoffs by winning a regular race. A double points race could put you in the playoffs. These go-or-go-homers that are going to be running the full 36 race schedule, this is their chance to gain a lot of points before we enter a whirlwind, which is going to be our West Coast swing. Because keep in mind, we go right to a midweek race after this. We race on Wednesday night at 7. And then we have a double header at Phoenix next weekend. So it's a long and grueling few weeks here if you do not get off to a good start at Daytona here today. And of course, for these one race contract guys, the two that are in this field, Daniel Gittero in the 83, Joey Trickle in the 39, those two are going to want to get off to a hot start here, and they're going to want to take these points from these guys, because keep in mind, for them, this is an audition period. You know, these teams in Season 7, if we have a Season 7, there are teams that are going to be watching them today. and saying, hey, maybe he belongs in my car for next season. But their only goal today, again, the only goal for the 83 and the 39 today is to win. That's the only thing that matters to them. They're not here to compete for the playoffs. They won't even be playoff eligible if they win. So, again, there's a lot at stake for them. Sponsorship deals were put together last second. Everything really was put together last second. So this would be huge if those guys can win. Alexander Rowe, if he wins, he picks up right where he left off last season. And in fact, if I'm not mistaken, he could tie on top of the all-time wins list with a win today. Of course, he won the championship last season. The only thing he doesn't have now is a 500 victory. Could that come today? Will anyone stop the rookies? Because keep in mind, in the past 5 seasons, it's always been a first-time entry into the 500 that has won the race. So watch out for that. Anyway, that's all I got for pre-race. We want to show you your starting lineup, but of course, like we've done for the truck and the lift races, we're going to do it a little different. It's going to be, we're going to go from 40th to 1st, and we're going to introduce you to the entire 40-car field that'll make up the Daytona 500 this season. So we'll be right back in just a moment. While we take our pace laps here, let's introduce you to the drivers of the 6th annual Jello Cup Series Daytona 500.
Now it's time to set the starting lineup for the 6th ever Great American Race here at Daytona. Starting in 40th, driving the number 4 Stewart Haas Racing Ford, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. Starting in 39th, driving the number 96 Gaunt Brothers Racing Toyota, Asper Flores. Starting in 38th, driving the number 43 Richard Petty Motorsport Chevrolet, Scott Upton. Starting in 37th, driving the number 25 Western New York Autosport Chevrolet, Dan Hummel. Starting in 36th, driving the number 41 Stewart Haas Racing Ford, Matt Dixon. Starting in 35th, driving the number 2 Team Penske Ford, Dylan Young. Starting in 34th, driving the number 53 Rick Ware Racing Chevrolet, Dallas Jordan. Starting in 33rd, driving the number 42 Chip Ganassi Racing Chevrolet, the Season 4 champ, Patrick Smith. Starting in 32nd, driving the number 03 S3 Motorsport Chevrolet, Charles Sandberg. Starting in 31st, driving the number 77 Premium Inspire Motorsport Chevrolet, David Paschal. Starting in 30th, driving the number 10 Stewart Haas Racing Ford, Sky Commons. Starting in 29th, driving the number 3 Richard Childress Racing Chevrolet, Nathan Faden. Starting in 28th, driving the number 95 Levine Family Racing Toyota, Nicky Martinez. Starting in 27th, driving the number 93 Team Velocity Ford, Ricky Johnson. Starting in 26th, driving the number 21 Wood Brothers Racing Ford, Mitchell Collins. Starting in 25th, driving the number 00 Starcom Racing Chevrolet, the Season 3 champ, Diego Yepes. Starting in 24th, driving number 39 RSS Racing Chevrolet, Joey Trickle. Starting in 23rd, driving number 32 Go Fast Racing Ford, Joshua Saculli. Starting in 22nd, driving the number 17 Roush Fenway Racing Ford, Mohammed Zain Abdullah. Starting in 21st, driving the number 14 Stewart Haas Racing Ford, Carter Joey. Starting in 20th, driving the number 88 Hendrick Motorsport Chevrolet, Dick Clark. Starting in 19th, driving the number 66 MBM Motorsports Toyota, Jesse James. Starting in 18th, driving the number 6 Roush Fenway Racing Ford, it's Tim Randolph. Starting in 17th, driving the number 18, Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota, Casey Naneko. Starting in 16th, driving the number 38, Front Row Motorsports Ford, Dylan Ibrahimian. Starting in 15th, driving the number 65, Western New York Autosport Chevrolet, Xavier Rain. Starting in 14th, driving the number 78, BJ McLeod Motorsport Chevrolet, Jordan Anderson. Starting in 13th, driving the number 5, Hendrick Motorsport Chevrolet, Dustin Davis. Starting in 12th, driving the number 11, Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota, Michael Collins. Starting in 11th, driving the number 12, Team Penske Ford, Max Anderson. Starting in 10th, driving the number 9, Hendrick Motorsport Chevrolet, it's Rusty Potts. Starting in 9th, driving the number 35, Go Fast Racing Ford, Chase Miller. Starting in 8th, driving the number 83, Red Bull Racing Chevrolet, Daniel Guerrero. Starting in 7th, driving the number 15, Rick Ware Racing Chevrolet, Willa Ruby Crouch. Starting in 6th, driving the number 22, Team Penske Ford, Samet Ozkan. Starting in 5th, driving the number 51, Pettyware Racing Chevrolet, Francis Hawes. Starting in 4th, driving the number 16, Colleague Racing Chevrolet, Tyler Faden. Starting in 3rd, driving the number 8, Richard Childress Racing Chevrolet, the Season 1 Daytona 500 winner, Eric Faden. Starting in 2nd, driving the number 24, Hendrick Motorsport Chevrolet, Nate Rattray. And starting from the pole, driving the number 27, Rick Ware Racing Ford, the defending champion, Alexander Rowe. That is the starting lineup for the Jello Cup Series Daytona 500. Let's take you to the green flag right now on GCN.
Here we go. They are ready to complete the final pace lap. Let's take a look at your keys to the race on your screen right now. This is a 2.5 mile super speedway. We of course have 30 laps here. That'll equal out to 75 miles. There's no pit window. A few I've added from the past few races. The big thing to remember, the one race contract guys, they want to win at all costs. Because this, again, is sort of an audition for season number 7. So that's something these guys got to keep in mind. Of course, the 38 others, the big thing is playoff points. They can win another race on the schedule, but again, 5 playoff points is not going to get you into the playoffs. This win could very well solidify you into the Jello Cup Series playoffs based on the trends the last few seasons. And of course, double points and overtime are here as well today, and overtime is as needed. Alexander Rowe, Nate Rattray, season number 6 of the Jello Cup is underway. The 16 tried to cut low, he just didn't have the space to do it on lap number 1, as the 51 was already there. Alexander Rowe hanging on for now. That outside lane is pretty well formed. But here comes Eric Faden in that number 8. Again, he's the only guy in this field who knows how to win the 500. There are former Coke 0400 winners in the field, but of course that does not matter here. This is the 500, and Alexander Rowe is going to lead the opening lap. And now he'll get moved up. Here comes Eric Faden in that number 8. Again, the only guy in the field who knows what it's like to win a 500 in the Jello Cup Series. So far we only stay 2 wide. The trouble has been this speed weeks when we get 3 wide. And of course, that's something these guys are all going to want to be very careful of doing. They will still do it, but they're going to want to be careful with it. As Eric Faden will lead lap number 2. That's 2 bonus points for him, as well as Rowe, who led the opening lap. And for Eric Faden, he is a go-or-go-homer entering this race. And the next 4. So for him, leading laps right now, this is huge for that number 8 team. And same if the 51 and the 15 can get up there and lead some laps as well. Rowe's teammates to his inside. But Faden's going to hang on to the lead for now. He's another one. He could hit 7 wins in his Jello Cup Series career with a Daytona 500 victory. And you see there, he moves the 51 high. We got a caution, and it's a wreck. Entering turn 1, it's Zach Fitzwater, Dallas Jordan, Scott Upton is involved, and I believe Charles Sanford might have gotten a taste of it. As well as Sky Commons' Nicky Martinez, they're off the pace as well. A caution early, and here goes Willa Ruby Crouch looking for the lead with help from Chase Miller. Boy, that didn't take long to get our first caution of the race. And Willa Ruby Crouch will lead us back to the line. Let's go see what happened. You see Dallas Jordan, Zach Fitzwater, Dan Hummel, they go 3 wide, and I mentioned this would be a trouble spot during the race if they go 3 wide. And you see there, they just pinch each other, they spin out. The good news that this is at the back of the field, so I don't think anybody here... Oh yeah, Charles Sanford gets hit. He hits the outside wall. It'll be interesting to see what damage they sustain from that, if anything serious, and hopefully that's not the case. I think Scott Upton and Dallas Jordan should be good. We'll see ultimately if they pit and how much damage they sustained in that wreck. Let's take you back to the green. We get ready for the restart here at Daytona. It's going to be Willa Ruby Crouch in the lead. Then it's going to be Chase Miller second, Max Anderson in third, Dustin Davis gets up to fourth, Eric Faden fifth, Xavier Rain in sixth, Francis Hawes in seventh, Dylan Ibrahim in eighth, Alexander Rowe ninth, and Casey Naneko will round out your top 10. And now, of course, we're still going to ask, when will the big ones strike? I mean, now that they're single file, this should allot them a little more time, as the pace car will peel off. And Willa Ruby Crouch shall lead us back to the green. We're back underway at Daytona. And Crouch gets out to the advantage, but here comes that 12 of Max Anderson. He knows how to get the job done on these super speedways. He's a former Talladega winner. And you see there, they're mainly single file on that inside lane. There's a few on the outside, nothing really happening. That outside lane just not formed. As Willa Ruby Crouch will continue to lead. Here comes Dustin Davis. And again, I gotta remind you, keep an eye on these rookies, because the big thing is these rookies know how to get the job done at Daytona. We've had one and dones. Essentially, look at Stacy Stickler back in May, won the Daytona 500. She's not in this season. You know, Trent Fusion's another one. as there goes Dustin Davis for the lead. See Luigi Octavo. And the list just goes on and on, as Dustin Davis will lead the 500. Right behind him another rookie, that's Xavier Rain for Western New York Autosport, the second of two entries in this race. They do have a third entry. Normally it is Austin Shaw, but he is not in the field. He failed to qualify for the 500, unfortunately, and that is a tough break for that number 48 team. Here comes Dylan Ibrahimian, looking for second, and he's gonna get it. Look at that, that second lane is slowly starting to get formed. See, they're a little bit spread out. You see Dylan Young's kind of leading a second pack back there. Of course, the 03 is well off the pace with damage. That's a tough break for the brand new team there. Zach Fitzwater, Dallas Jordan, Scott Upton, they are also off the pace. So their damage definitely impacting them here. That's the tricky part of this track. You get into a wreck, you essentially ended your day with damage. Even if you're able to continue, you pretty much just ended any shot you had of winning. And the big thing for them now, or the biggest goal for all those guys, is they're going to want to finish at minimum one lap down. Because keep in mind, if we get a caution with, you know, very late in the race that warrants a GCN overtime, then they at least can get a wave around. If they are 2 laps down or more, they're done for the day. As you see, the lanes are pretty much formed now. Of course, the top 4 are clear of that outside lane. And Dustin Davis still dominating this race, leading. And again, I think he's focused on the big picture, playoff points, which of course was one of our keys to the race. But 2 won't do it for them. They have to win to really help them. Because chances are we will have 16 different winners this season. You see another guy in the picture right now. You notice that white and blue 83, that is Daniel Gittero. He's yesterday's winner from the lift race. And of course, another thing about Gittero, he did it from last to first. Today he had a better starting position. He's in a 1-race deal with Red Bull Racing, and he is trying to get the 500 and really set his name out for next season. Here comes Joshua Sakali in that number 32. Back there as well, not the defending champ. I keep saying that, but it's not. The season 4 champ of Patrick Smith is also back there. And Scully looked, he had nowhere to go. So right now he's just riding behind, hoping that the 5 moves up and he can make a move for the lead. There goes Patrick Smith, but he's got no help. Now he does. The 32 of Sakali pulls out of line. He will look for the race lead. And you see some 3-wide action back there. But for the meantime, Joshua Sakali will take the race lead. There we go. Now Patrick Smith will look for the race lead. And he will get it. The Season 4 champ to the lead. Another guy coming into the picture. You notice that white 39 of Joey Trickle, one of our one race contract guys. And again, going back to the keys to the race, those guys, the only thing on their mind is winning at Daytona. Of course, right now it's a Chip Ganassi car and a Chip Ganassi built car. Of course, that's David Paschal for Premium Inspire in second. And Paschal will have a car built by Chip Ganassi Racing for a few races this season. This team will also be receiving some help from Colleague Racing in regards to tech support. So it'll be interesting to see what they are able to do this season with the new alliance. They are a one-car team as well. They were supposed to be a two-car team. The 15 was sold, though, to Rick Ware Racing. As Smith continues to lead, here comes Astrid Flores in the number 96. And again, I mentioned it, keep an eye on the rookies. They got a shot, and they know how to get it done here at Daytona. But right now, the field is in the hands of a former champ. You gotta imagine he's feeling really comfortable. He almost made... Oh, we got a wreck behind. 25 up and over. And Max Anderson is involved too. The caution is out. I believe the 6 also took some damage from that. Tim Randolph. We are going to have to get a replay in a second. We will go side by side when we do that. As Patrick Smith will lead us back to the yellow. Tyler Faden will go to second. And we will take you side by side real quick and show you what happened to bring out that caution here at Daytona. And welcome back here to Daytona. Patrick Smith is the race leader. You see the field going by here. We got the 1 to go signal. It'll be Patrick Smith. Tyler Faden in second. Astrid Flores third. Nathan Faden fourth. Mitchell Collins will be in fifth. Willow Ruby Crouch sixth. Michael Collins seventh. Joey Trickle in eighth. David Paschal in ninth. Xavier Rain will round out your top 10 as we get ready to go back racing here at Daytona. No cars out of the race yet. Surprisingly, even though the 25 did flip over, everyone is still in the race. And everyone's still on the lead lap. This may be the most, I can't say bizarre, but the most interesting race I've seen here at Daytona. But anyway, here we go. Patrick Smith leads us back. We're back underway at Daytona. 10 laps to go. And you see the 16 did not get a good jump on that initial start, and the 96 is looking for second. Look at how far ahead Patrick Smith is. He is about to get caught really fast here at Daytona. And of course you noticed we did a side-by-side of that replay. We will be doing that for the rest of the 500s. That way you can continue to see what's going on track, even though it's under caution. I know there's not much to see, but we want to bring you basically the rest of the way here at Daytona. As Willa Ruby Crouch gets second, here comes Michael Collins. He's going to make it 3 wide for second. Briefly. Do you see how spread out it is behind this double file pack here? Keep in mind, Michael Collins, Joey Trickle, both rookies, and Joey Trickle rather, in that 39, he is one of the one-off guys. If he wins this race, you know, keep in mind, he steals valuable playoff points from these Jello Cup Series regulars. So that's going to be something to keep our eyes on. Here goes David Paschal looking for that position from him. And Michael Collins right behind Patrick Smith, but he's going to need help to get around that 42. And I don't think the 77 is going to do it for him. Here comes Matt Dixon as well in that 41. Keep in mind that 41 won the last 500. Seven to go here at Daytona. Now Joshua Scully looks low. They're really fighting down there. And now Scully will make his way to the inside of the 77. Here comes Daniel Gittero and Samet Ozkan. And right behind Ozkan is the only Daytona 500 winner, or the only returning 500 winner this season. So keep an eye on that 8. He is still very much a factor here in the late stages. But for Patrick Smith right now, he is just going to want to keep the throttle down here. And he's just going to want to do everything he can to hold up that 11 and be sure he doesn't get a run. And look at him getting squirrely back there. Here comes Gittero. Keep in mind, Gittero, again, he won the lift race yesterday. He's a one-off in this race. He could play a big upset role here. He's getting a lot of help from that 22, and the best part about working with the Ford, their bumpers pretty squared off. So they can really be good pushers here at Daytona and Talladega. We got 5 laps to go. Can Patrick Smith hang on? This would be huge if Patrick Smith can pull off a victory at the Daytona International Raceway. And there they go. Here goes Gittero, looking for the lead. Daniel Gittero goes to the lead of the Daytona 500. As we come to 4 laps of racing to go. Now Samet Ozkan moves high. Here comes the 35 of Chase Miller, one of the rookies in the 500. Could it be another rookie victory here at Daytona? Another guy coming back into the picture. That's your pole sitter, Alexander Rowe, back there. Here goes Chase Miller looking for the lead. And here comes Casey Naneko behind him with Dylan Ibrahimian. And Chase Miller takes the lead. Don't rule out that 27 though. I like the position he's in right now, seeing how much the lead is changing hands. 3 laps to go. Again, we remind you, if a caution happens and it ends the regulation part of the race, we do have overtime. And Chase Miller is blocking the crap out of these guys. Here comes Ibrahimian for second. Are these guys catching slower cars? That's the other question. Yes, they are. That's Dan Hummel exiting turn 4. This could create a problem. Fords are 1, 2, 3 with 2 laps of racing to go, but a Chevy, a heavily damaged Chevy, is dead ahead. And they're going to have a problem in a lap. Here comes Alexander Rowe. He is making a late charge. Will it be enough? Because dead ahead is that 25 of Dan Hummel. And they've caught him. Coming to the white flag. The lap traffic's going to hold him up. 1 lap of racing to go. Presented by Mitchell's Memes. Here comes Astrid Flores in the 96. They all move high. It's 3 wide. And Carter Joey is forced to the apron. So much for playing nice. I don't think anybody's going to mount a run. And this is going to likely be our 6th straight season where a first-time entry into the 500 is going to win it. Through turn 4. Chase Miller. He just won the biggest race of his career. He wins the Great American Race here at Daytona. And congratulations to Chase Miller and that 35 team. They get the job done. And what a race for them to win. They can thank the lap traffic later. Astrid Flores, another rookie, he comes up just short. And behind them, 2 vets. How about Diego Yepes getting off to a hot start here at Daytona? That's good for that 00 team. In the homecoming season, he's declaring it. And I believe Dylan Young just got his best finish in the Daytona 500. So I'm sure he is going to be very happy with that result. A lot of these guys, though, not going to be happy with that 25 for holding them up. But congratulations to Chase Miller. Congratulations to Go Fast Racing. For the 6th straight season, a first-time entry has won the Daytona 500 here. And we want to thank you for watching. We're going to show you your results and standings. And we will see you for race number 2 on Wednesday night at Las Vegas. Until then, goodbye everyone.